Bench Wars is coming to Slamahawk. Come out and see some of the loudest vehicles in the world. It will definitely put a smile on your face. Bring the whole family to Lucas Oil Motor Speedway Park June 8th and the 9th. If you're a competitor, pre-register and choose Bench Wars as your interest in the show.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Melissa, I am doing good tonight, and I have been busy all afternoon taking a look at things.
Good evening to everybody who's joining us. We got just a handful of folks in here tonight.
Welcome, everybody.
Y'all are.
Let me hit one little button on my thing here.
Hey there. Good to see
There
one
we
of our
go,
friends
James.
here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Now we're all good. Good evening, Mr. Billy Temple.
Oh,
How are
there's Bill.
Sir?
There's Chris. Chris, hope you're doing good today. Saw you had a picture up earlier. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope to see you later on at some shows.
Good to see Billy's changed his profile photo to what he's really good at.
What he may excel at better than bass.
Oh, he'll get loud on us eventually.
Luke, Jeremy.
Good evening. I'm seeing a lot of the flexing on them team. Oh, there's some shut it down boys. Yes, see you Saturday.
So you got to be more specific than that, Lee. Which show on Saturday? Because I'm seeing, let's see, oh my man, we got like 20 shows coming up still this month. Friday, Saturday, Sunday this weekend. Saturday, Sunday next weekend. Saturday, Sunday the weekend after that. We got a ton of shows this month coming up. We got 8, 9, 10. 17, 18, 19. We do have 20 shows coming up this month.
We have 2 in Alabama this weekend. We have me doing Freaknik, and Tina will be doing her first show at Cartoons.
Excellent.
So what else we got?
Well, we got, actually, we're going to have like 3 of them in Alabama this weekend then, because you got the UAF show on Friday night.
Okay, Jordan's coming too. So we got 3 judges coming to Alabama.
Alabama this weekend. Friday night, you got UAF. On Saturday in Chattanooga, we got the River Jam at the Dam.
Oh, that's such a great.
That looks like Greg and Stacy up there. Or Greg and Melissa, rather. Sorry. We got on Saturday as well what you just mentioned, Freaknik. We got Sunday, Muscle Shoals, the Toon Squad Takeover. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shows next weekend.
All right. Mr. Billy Temple has announced which show he's going to. He's headed to the Chattanooga show.
There you go.
Excellent. That should be a really good show too.
Nice.
All right. They got 2 in Indiana.
Yep. I was going to say Indiana's got a couple coming up with Indiana, Ohio, Michigan. I'm seeing, man, I'm going down the list here of just shows coming up over the next 2 months. And it looks like, wow, we have shows all over the country coming up over the next 2 months. East Coast to West Coast, North to South. I know I'm actually still waiting on one of my guys to get back to me about one still very late this month, if at all possible. So,
Okay, Billy says he's gonna hit 2 shows this weekend. He's going to Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
nice.
He'll be at the tennis show too. So everybody that loves to go out and see Billy this weekend, he'll be at show on Saturday and then Sunday at Cartoons. And absolutely, we're all going to High Voltage.
We will be at High Voltage. I don't know who is covering that one, but our people will be there.
Greg Kelly covers that one every year. That's one of his premier shows.
I was going to say, I think that is Greg doing that one.
Hasn't been to the High Voltage show? Y'all need to add that to your bucket list. That's a good show. I'm sorry.
That's because she's too loud.
And now y'all haven't taught me to be loud yet.
That's because you drive a small vehicle, though.
Hey, y'all done abandoned me over here with this 2-sub thing.
I know people with 2 subs that are pretty loud. I know people with 1 sub that are extremely loud. And yes, I am talking Carlos.
Yeah, it's definitely not me. I'll figure it out one day. I'll probably get loud about the same time Billy does.
Mama Boom kind of checking in there.
Oh. Now that's a vehicle y'all need to go see. That's a good build.
Believe me, if I had the time and the spare cash laying around to check out all the shows over the weekends, I would be doing that. Instead, if I'm not at a show, I'm probably sitting in the shop trying to make money.
Man, we're all trying to make money right now.
Unfortunately, that is one reason why I can't get to all the shows is if it's going to cost me money, unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be there. I got to try and make the money so I can spend the money first. And if I ain't got it to spend, then I got to be making it.
God, it is so good to see the comments full of, I'm going to that show.
I'm going there. I'm going there. I'm going to try and make that one. At least you're trying, folks.
That's something we need to hit on real quick.
Yeah.
How much we actually appreciate y'all sharing the shows, getting out there, bringing your friends. That is a huge deal to Base Wars. We're nothing without our competitors. Yeah, I agree with Billy on that one.
Very true.
Man, I'm ready to cut this riding thing down. It's getting old.
That is why I am having a show at my particular shop to once a month just for me, so I don't actually have to go anywhere that particular weekend sometimes. But did I make it over to Directronics? Chris, I did not, unfortunately, last week.
All right.
A couple things that showed up. I do still want to check out the Dreamsicles and get some kind of not necessarily exclusive comments from Dan and Kayla and Dan and anyone else that may be over there, but I never did actually make it over to New Ulm. There is still a possibility for this weekend, but probably not going to happen then either. Bill and I have a boat in the shop right now that is just kicking our butts. It's let's just say it's a big pontoon boat with 10 speakers and 2 subs, and we're redoing basically everything.
Okay. Billy's comment. When y'all register for Slamology, please show Base Wars some love. We're there for y'all.
Yes.
All you gotta do is check. It don't cost you a thing to say, hey, I'm coming for Base Wars. Please help us out just a little bit here. Let them know that we belong there. And That's all of our competitors. We need y'all to let people know.
We
Hey,
always have the one.
love some base wars. Ah, Mr. Loud has showed up. Good to see you, sir. And it looks like I got all the Shut It Down crew coming to the Freaknik. I appreciate y'all, sir. And I know how hard you've been working to get yours put back together. So I appreciate that too.
Mm-hmm.
But just, show a little love when you're signing up for Slamology. Ain't gonna hurt a thing if you tell them, hey, I'm a Base Wars fan.
Tell them that. Wear your Base Wars gear. Get a shirt. Get whatever kind of merch you can. Throw it on your ride. You got stickers available for everything. I think from 140 on up through 180.
Yeah, I saw those
for your judges.
180s in my pile and was like, damn, I'm gonna have them a while.
Port Wars kind of counts for that, but depends on who you talk to.
Oh,
But believe me, the first person that does a 175 in my area, they're going to get a free sticker because I got 3 of them.
man, just to see that is amazing. But honestly, I get just as excited when the newbie pulls up with the trunk car.
Oh,
I really
definitely.
do.
Definitely. And yes, Base Wars will dominate, Shannon. We plan on doing that.
It may take
Having
a little
judges
time, but we get in
shows
there.
all the time.
Oh,
Every once in a while, it's nice to get in for free. You two won't get in for free at my show, but
all right. For everybody asking about Triple Fest, there's the real
there you
answer.
go. A fantastic show there as well.
Yes, there's so many fantastic shows. And if y'all know people that are putting on these great shows, have them call us. It don't cost y'all a thing for the judges to come out. We make our money in the lanes, not off of show promoters or anybody else. We go home broke. We're okay with it. We don't mind.
Let us know whose show it is and let us know how to get in touch with them. If we can get into it,
That's right.
we will certainly try.
We are so glad to help because in truth and honesty, we just want to see y'all happy. I want to see my guys come out, run lanes, have a great time, and actually show off all this hard work they're putting in.
Right.
Yep, gotta support the hustle. And man, there ain't a Base Wars judge out there that ain't got a hustle. We trying to get places. We're doing everything we can. Y'all just gotta let us know which way we driving.
Do a show the night before. That's sometimes hard to do, but it can be done.
Night shows are always hard. Find a location, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be glad to help. Especially where he's talking about. All right. Let's see. Somebody got a 158 in trunk stealth. Is that a legit score?
158 in stealth? No.
Is that a legit score?
I would have to say no. Who is it? Because unless you can tell me who it is, I would not necessarily believe that. There are
All
some that I
right.
might believe
He
on.
thinks it may have been a mistake. So let us double check that and get back to you on it, because something don't sound right there. A 58 in stealth would be an
That would be-
amazing score, and I will give them credit for it once it's validated.
That would be massively huge.
So let us pull it and check on it. Billy's in the comment section right now looking for us. I hope y'all have a blast this Sunday at Cartoons. That's always such a great show. Okay, Billy says that score is not legit.
Name was
Test
Test
vehicle.
Vehicle. Okay, that makes sense then. That's
Okay.
like how I fake test my mics and scare some people like Wally and a few other people and post the actual class that I'm going to do. But when I test my mics, I blow into the mics, and I'm pretty happy in saying that I scared Wally a little bit with the assassin score that I fake posted a couple weeks back at a 162.09 with me blowing into it. So yes, I'm full of hot air. Thank you.
Yeah, I've tried that and I cannot blow that high. I cannot get that thing over a 50. I have tried to do whatever you're doing.
It helps that I was a good friend of mine who's not in here right now, Mike Larson. He and I were blowing into the mics in the shop one day about 4 or 5 years ago, just testing them. And we both realized that, hey, we both played brass instruments in high school band, and he still does. And knowing how to blow into one of those instruments helped in being able to blow into the mics. So
Well,
anyone that sees my name on there with a test score of high 150s, low 160s, that's probably me blowing into the mic. And if you doubt it, yeah, I did not play tuba. Close, but not quite. I can play well, technically I can play tuba, but
while we're on this, if y'all ever see something in the graphics that doesn't look like it should be legit, contact Billy. He's glad to discuss this with you.
You got it, Chris. Trombone. Yeah, if you see a score that is unusually high, and I don't mean a dB or two, I mean
We mean
4, 5, 6, 10, even in some cases, unless it's in GOAT or Legendary or some of the Unleashed Wall classes, there you might see something that's going to be 4 or 5 or 6 dB higher. But in the other classes, that's a lot of area to cover in a regular tone or a regular music class. But
we don't mean
anything is possible.
anybody can just whine about this, because this is a competition, but we are all human. Everybody makes mistakes. Some things get sent in on the term lab that probably shouldn't. Billy's really good about catching our mistakes, but some still get through. So please keep in mind, we're all human. We're all going to make mistakes. But as judges, we are looking at these vehicles. We are determining what class they're in correctly. Everything is good.
Yep. And there's something that Billy just posted. One of the things that we do as judges is we've got a little setting in Term Lab that, aside from when you're going through the lanes, you'll occasionally see something come up with everyone listed in bandit or assassin or twister trunk or your regular classes. That is prime time for you folks as the competitor to let us know if your name is spelled wrong, if we have Ted spelled with two D's, or Smith spelled the way that the British might spell it with a Y or an E, or if your name is Anderson and we don't know if it has an S-O-N or S-E-N, or if you're in Twister Wall instead of Twister No Wall, let us know. Otherwise, once Melissa and myself and Brandon and Greg and Stacy or Sonia or whoever is sending the stuff off to Billy, we don't control it anymore all of a sudden. Billy's got it. He's going to take it, look at it, and make the graphics, and it's done.
It becomes numbers once it gets to Billy. He didn't see what happened. He didn't see the car run. It's numbers once it gets to Billy. Yep. So occasionally, yeah, mistakes get through. No big deal. We move on. We correct it.
Let us know, especially if it's with the actual score. If you're telling us you did a 156 and we wrote down something different because something happened during that first run and we did not do a legit rerun of it. Most of us, and I'm holding up, I won't say whose scores these were, but most of us write it down on the bottom in that little area on what they did. So I can go back and look at it and tell you, yeah, I messed up. Let me change that for you.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're all doing that.
All to write it down, because just because those numbers go into our term lab, don't mean our computer's going to wake up the next time we try to use it.
Exactly.
I had a computer go out and learn the hard way. I got to go back on my sheets and type that in.
I had my computer take a crap on me 2 years ago at a big show. And fortunately enough, my good friend, Ryan, he was able to let me use his computer that had TernLab on it. And he actually had some of our classes already pre-programmed into it. So it only took about 15 minutes to get all of them programmed in. And I was able to use his computer that day. And I was very happy.
Yeah. I'm glad Jessica's build's almost done. She's been working hard. Good job, hon.
I was gonna say, I saw Jessica check in. I saw Jennifer check in. What's up? Chuck, you had a question. What was my opinion on a subwoofer break-in?
Oh, Lord, we're doing that.
Depends on the sub. If XYZ subwoofer tells you to break it in and that's their recommendation, then do it. If they don't give you a recommendation, then all knobs to the right, send it. It's either going to work or it's not. So there is my take on breaking in your subwoofer.
Enjoy the show, Aaron.
Definitely.
You'll like it.
On Saturdays and Sundays.
Cartoons is a great show. Go enjoy it.
Chelsea, thanks for checking in. And Tim? Shannon, who's excited for Team Wars?
Oh, that would be me.
That is a very loaded question because that's going to take a lot of work. 3, 4, 5 people.
We have flip-ups in the house.
Could be very fun for a lot of folks.
Man, I can't wait until the Team Wars starts running, because that's exactly what we need in our community, is to come together and do things as teams. Bring the brotherhood back to this.
Justin is checking in there with my guys here in South Dakota, Team SPL Freaks. I want to pick on Justin and two of his teammates for a second, and Dustin and Travis, because they've got 3 vehicles. Now, what we've seen so far that Billy has sent out for us has been teams of 5. However, if your team doesn't have 5, I can still do 3-on-3. And if the other
Yep.
team has 5, I'll pick 3 of them out of a hat so that it's somewhat more fair. I'm not going to pick their loudest 3 or their quietest 3, hopefully, but I'll pick 1, 3, and 4, or whatever the numbers happen to be for it. So if
That's
you've only got 3 on your team that day, I'll pick another 3 if you want to do something like that. So we can, I don't want to say modify the rule or the format of it, but we can do a lot of things with it. I think it's going to be fantastic to do.
awesome. And Brett's right. This
Yeah.
is going to be epic when it's up and running and all of the judges get used to running it, because this is going to take time. It's going to take us all some getting used to. But wow, once it's up and going, this is going to be fun for all of us.
It should be a lot of fun. Nobody else does a team SPL that I am aware of either. None of the other orgs have anything like that. So if they do, please let me know. But otherwise, I am not aware of any other team effort that happens in any other org. Nothing in USACI, IASCA, NSPL, ISPL, Midwest, nothing that I'm aware of. So,
Yeah, Flex and them got to practice once. Billy went and did a team show in Tennessee and did a practice run so we would know what we need to be doing. And yeah, this is going to take some strategy. And I don't think they've actually thought this through very much as far as what car you're going to be placing up against what. Because this is a strategy game. To come out at the end, that's going to be amazing to watch.
I see there being a lot of strategy on it. I see there being at least 1 or 2 generators being needed to make sure that your lithium or CMAX or whatever is charged up completely and that you haven't ran it down all day doing demos. So yeah, I can see there being a little bit of strategy and a little bit of a team meeting needed to say who's doing what and when.
Good evening, Mr. Ray. I will see you this
long as
weekend at Freaknik and next weekend at the Team No Chill event.
Yep. Yeah, Wendy, you got it. Those handicaps are coming into play, Wendy. You got it.
This. If you're not on a team, you can substitute yourself. You can step in, help another team out. You ain't got to roll with them for a lifetime, just for the day. It'll be all right.
Jessica volunteering herself there for Team Everybody.
There you go.
Hey, Timmy, what's going on?
Oof. I'd hate to think I had to do a 58 on music.
58 on music. That can be powerfully loud sometimes.
Oh, thank you, dear. I appreciate that. It'll be good to see y'all because the Team No Chill event will be my last Alabama show. So come out for me, show up, give me some love before I go to Texas on y'all.
Yes, I am, Timmy. I was looking at it today and cleaning it up a bit, man. Although the bucket is that's Scrapper's car. That's the bucket. I got the Smurf.
God, I hope everybody at Team up at Cartoons does well. Those boys have been working so hard rebuilding for everybody. Y'all made Billy proud what y'all putting up on that meter this weekend.
Always fun.
Ooh. That's something.
Nice. Still 412s in it, Timmy, or are you changing that out? That's what I want to know, because that car could be interesting to say the least. Waiting on amps for Jessica.
Yeah, Jessica's been working really hard to get all that together. And I saw she can now put up her sundown tent. Proud of you, because man, these tents ain't easy.
Can't tell.
Uh-oh. You were taking that no wall away from me. That's one of the best no walls out there.
I've done an excursion with 412s and a really nice fourth order bandpass that it hit hard. It wasn't low, it wasn't loud, but damn, did it sound good. Only did about a 50 on the meter with 3K and 412s, but God, it sounded nice. It was a solid 45, 46 for a solid 10, 15 minutes.
Well, I know
anymore.
Mr. Ben Ray has one of the best no walls out there. I stood up on his running boards and it hurt my feet. Like he was about to knock me off his running board, just blowing me everywhere. Like, damn, boy, give me a break. Yeah, he tried to kill me. You tried to pull a hair trick. He's over there just trying to knock me all the way off the truck.
I might actually try and get down there for that, because that's the weekend right before my birthday. I'd have to have a revival party for the Smurf if it makes it.
Okay, well, if you're going to keep it the 12-15s, but still, I loved it. I really, really loved it as a no wall, because that's a badass no wall.
$12.15 just got me thinking about something. Hang on.
How does that all fit? If it wasn't an excursion, it wouldn't.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I can't do 12-15. I could do 8-15s.
It's boxed from driver's seat back. Nothing but just beautiful subs sitting there. It's quite impressive to see.
I could do 8 with my 8 amps, and yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, and inverted looks nice on a lot of vehicles with the subs, and even some of the amps, if you mount those upside down with a nice plexiglass back to them. But yeah,
that's what I was scared of. It needs that wall to protect it, because that really is a big thing with the no walls. Cutting in the back of the doors, the hatches. It gets really expensive with a no wall. Our vehicles pretty much become disposable once you get to the point of being loud.
That's why I buy cheap vehicles. That's why my little car costs $200.
Mine didn't cost but $600. I feel you.
You gotta reinforce certain things with it, Shannon. You got that right. That's kind of what I'm looking at with a door right now, because I pulled the door panel off of my little car and I noticed a couple of I won't say tears or rips, because I know that the previous owner was cutting in a piece to reinforce the door latch area, and they had to change out the door. And yeah, the strikers and the hatch area, the door lock area, the door lock mechanism, not even near the actual popper for it. A lot of those places get weak really quick.
All right. Mr. John Trent
Trent.
has popped up in the chat. And now his vehicle is finally off the trailer. She's back. She's looking good. She's playing. So good job to him. He took a whole season to build his vehicle just so he would get it the way he wants it.
There you go.
So that is probably the most patient man I have ever seen.
John, we're changing the rules effective, John, at midnight tonight, by the way. So whatever you did, it's all illegal now. That would suck. And that actually is something to bring up as well as so far, I do not know of any anticipated rule changes for next year. Billy has not mentioned anything to me specifically or in our manager's chat or anywhere else. But if you folks have suggestions for rule changes, please,
that are legit
rule changes, let us know. If you think something is too powerful or not powerful enough, or you want to see a change on, you have to have X, Y, or Z in a vehicle for it to be considered a trunk, or what is a wall, what is not a wall, something more definitive, let us know. And we will certainly pass that on.
That's it.
No.
Yeah, I agree with them. Ninja's a rough class. If you want to be in that class, you better jump.
Increase the power limit in Assassin. Jessica, we do. It's called Ninja.
Well, that's the great thing about Base Force. If you get that power bump, it's just one class. And then y'all can keep going. Mm-hmm. Y'all can have as much as y'all want after that. Keep your count area the same. Take your power bump.
Put 15K on a 12. And hey, you were only moved up to boss or assassin.
Yeah, it's just one class. It's not like we're going to knock you all the way to the top just because you added another 2K. No. One class, that's it.
Perry, if you want to play in Hurricane with the trunk classes, go right ahead. We don't have one specifically set up for it because there aren't that many trunks that can actually play 19 and under.
I have been shocked by how many people are proving me wrong on that.
There aren't many, but there are a few.
They're pulling up on me left and right going, look, I can do under 19 hertz. And I'm like, all right, show me. I want to see it.
Chris, we do have pickup only classes. They're open and no wall classes.
All right. If we gave everybody a class, we would have way too many.
Exactly.
And with a flow through, most of them are set up just like a wall. They really are.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have room to work with. I think that rule is fair. If y'all have a problem with it, come talk to us right before finals, and maybe, we'd see it a different way. Everything, Billy negotiates with y'all.
Chris, you're not only blind, you're just not loud. Sorry, man. Come on. But
yeah.
No, and again, one thing that I will say about the power on them is power is cheap. Okay. You can buy a 3K amp right now for under $300 from a big manufacturer, and I'm not going to name names. You can also buy a 3K amp for about $1,000 from a big manufacturer and get the same 3,000 watts that we look at. So if you want 3,000, you get 3,000 for 300. If you want 3,000 for $1,000, you got that as well. So it's not the money that you're worried about, it's the power. Well, then buy the cheaper stuff. And as far as the sizes of everything, we've looked at those sizes as well. And the most common sizes that you're going to find in almost every vehicle out there is going to be 212s or 215s, 210s, 310s. That's what we've structured those size class references for as well. 212s at 113 a piece fits just fine under 250 in a trunk or in a hatchback or in the back of your pickup truck. That's why we've got Bandit and Stealth set up with 250 for the size limit and 3K for the power limit.
Okay.
It lets anybody compete. And by anybody, I mean, if you want to go to Walmart and buy a couple of kicker comps for 80 or $100 a piece and a couple of kicker amps for 250 a piece and spend $1,000, you're there and you're going to be relatively loud with that in the right vehicle. 140 plus, I would imagine, on almost any vehicle out there with a little bit of work. So it's nice.
And this comment, I do not have a show scheduled for 420 this year because I'm going to a wedding. We have Miss Fawn and Aaron getting married on 420 of this year. So congratulations to them.
Congratulations in advance there, Fawn, Aaron.
Yes. I cannot wait to see how beautiful she looks.
Will there be a first bass dance at the wedding? That's what I would like to know. Will there be a first bass dance or a first hair trick?
She gets hair tricks daily. I imagine she just wants a regular dance.
We could do that too.
She don't even get to go to the grocery store without him pulling hair tricks all over her. Like, poor baby has to braid her hair if she wants to ride with him.
Timmy, you and I know that, but not everybody else knows that.
I will see you this weekend and your whole team. I hope y'all have a safe trip there. I'm glad it ain't far for y'all this weekend.
That's another thing. If you guys don't want to travel, 150 is always good, especially on 1K or less. If you guys don't want to travel, then get with your local judge and host a show in your backyard. If you don't want to go more than 30 or 40 miles, sorry, but you're going to have to travel up here in my area because I got to travel. But if you don't want to travel all that far, get with your local judge and try and set up a show in your area.
Like for Texas, this is going to be perfect. So everybody's got land out there. Y'all just call me. That's all I need.
We can do everybody's backyard. Numbers on the Base Horse page. Get a hold of me. My number's on the Base Horse. All of our judges' numbers. Actually, before I make that blanket statement, I should actually look. Most of our judges' numbers are listed on the Base Horse page, all the way over on the right under franchises. There's a big map there.
God, I didn't know my phone number was out there like that, but cool. Okay.
It says 976 Base Babe. It's Melissa, your number is a 205 area code. So
yes, it is.
There you go. Chet Teals is on there. He does not actually have his listed on there.
Okay.
Jordan's number 225 area code. Billy's in the 601 area code. Jake Luke's is not listed. Tina's is listed though. So we got Tina with the 256 area code. Michael Martin down there, South Carolina, 803 area code. I'm just listing off the ones on the bottom. So But
And they're talking
finding
about
the
they
local
used to have
judge,
to travel before. Billy is adding more judges for y'all.
yeah,
That way y'all have to travel less.
yeah, we
He
just
is
got James
adding as
Courtney up in
many.
the Portland, Oregon area. And take care of our Pacific Northwest area up there that way, which is really nice because we haven't had anyone up there ever. Otherwise, Richard
Okay.
would have to travel up there.
If you call me at 3 a.m., I may actually want to talk to you. I'm always up.
You're more patient with them than I am at 3 a.m. But
Man, I have classed so many cars at 3 a.m. It ain't even funny. And no, I don't mind because my mind is on Base Force.
I don't generally mind either because I answer most of the stuff that's out there on the Base Wars chat. And for whatever reason today, there was, between about 2 and 6 p.m. Central Time today, I was getting just slammed about approvals on the Base Wars page. So
Yes,
almost everybody that I saw was getting on there.
we do have a Base Force chat group. If y'all want to just sit and talk amongst each other, y'all can go do that.
Yep.
There is a chat group for y'all. And as far as putting old silver subs back in, you can rewire that. You got that. I didn't just take his subs, I took his damn wiring too. I ain't kidding.
As long as you don't cut the wiring too short to use it in another vehicle later on afterward again.
Man,
There's something to be said for having a service loop every once in a while. And if you got a little bit longer RCA or a little bit longer power, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, don't leave your base vehicle with me. I'm sorry, don't. Because I'm going to get in.
It'll look like my car right now with no interior. Well, actually, I do still have the carpet, one door panel, and a seat.
Which I do kind of feel bad because old Silver she was hammering before I did that. But to do repairs, everything needs to come out. I hate that it had to be done, but he'll get that thing right. Because, right's right and wrong is not.
Oh. No, I'm reading Jessica's comment there that you got to get up at 2 and that you're at work at 3.
Yes.
I remember working the night shift and doing not necessarily similar things, but getting up at 7:30 or 8 at night and going in from 11 until 9 the next morning.
Oh, man, I've had so many conversations with Jess on her way to work. It ain't even funny.
Oh, God. I used to do that to a friend of mine when I lived somewhere else, but that's just, I can't do that anymore. I'm too old. I'm way too old for that.
Yeah.
Did it for too many years and then got on call for about 10 or 12 years. And yeah, it's not all it's cracked up to be. It is nice getting the extra $1 or $2 an hour as opposed to the day shift, but God, it messes with your social life. It's bad sometimes.
I used to have a job where I went in at 2 and got off. Man, I hated that job. Absolutely hated it. But I am a night person.
I was last night. I couldn't fall asleep last night. I tried, and 4:30 in the morning, I finally got up, sat down here at my computer, and started looking at some Base Wars stuff and designing some stuff and figuring out a couple more things that are needed in our shop. And yeah, it's kind of nice if you don't have to do it all the time, but yeah, it's a pain in the butt if things happen that way. So,
Right? Nothing's ever going to hit just one at a time.
oh no, it never does. Oh yeah, 5 years of doing it. Yeah, I remember those days, Jessica. I don't want to, but I do, and yeah, not the funnest thing anymore. But I also remember working 9 to 5 and then being on call for a week straight. That's also never fun.
Right?
And yeah, it does kick your butt. You get used to it after a while. After about 3 or 4 months, you get used to it. And as an installer, you kind of get used to it. There's days where you can be done at 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and days that you're there till 2 or 3 in the morning. But for most of that, you wonder where the rest of the time went.
Yeah, no kidding.
And yeah, I'd love a 9 to 5 job.
I don't think I would, though.
I don't mind the work. It's just the fact that they keep me there for so little pay. In fact, speaking of that, on more of a personal note, if you're a company that's out there and you can't get a hold of me within 45 minutes of my scheduled interview time, and you finally call me back or leave me a message on another app that I don't even utilize and tell me, hey, I'd like to reschedule something for you on Friday, and it's 45 minutes after the scheduled original time, don't fucking bother. I'm never calling you back, and I'm going to
Don't
shit you
bother.
all over social media as well.
Hey, Mr. Joe Sheets is in the comments.
Hey, Joe.
Box, and how loud are you now, sir? I'm dying to know. I haven't got to hear it. They installed the box while I was gone.
Nice.
And now I haven't been able to hear it. I don't know how those 612s sound. I just know they're going to sound good in that Mazda. Awfully proud of him. He worked really hard on that box with us.
I have so many cars.
Jeez.
So proud of him.
Uh-oh.
Good evening, sir. How are you? Good to see you in here tonight. And that's something else. I keep hearing everybody talking about the skib cells now. If you've got good knowledge of them, get with me. I'm curious. Oh, okay. That's why I haven't heard it. Okay, he's not quite finished yet. I figured y'all went and played that without me. Everybody in Texas was about to get an ass whooping. Everybody's having really good luck with the skib cells.
Yeah, I've unfortunately, I have not been paying that close of attention to them. If you're running Yinglongs, Lyshans, skibs, LTO, whatever, don't ask me. I'm not paying any attention to them, and there's too many things that do not equal each other in them that it's too hard to keep track of.
I just want something that's safe. Good evening, Miss Connie. It's good to see you here. I hope your shows have been treating you well lately.
Oh, definitely. Hey, Connie.
Good to see her. She's been kind of quiet lately.
Connie is never quiet. The couple of times that I have.
Well, that's why I know she's been kind of quiet lately.
And it's been a couple of years since I've been to one of her shows, but.
Well, I've had I've been very blessed to be able to work shows with her. It's an honor.
I wonder.
All right. We've got a Skibs R safe. Because I couldn't run the C-Max because my voltage wouldn't stay high enough. It seemed dangerous to run it as low as I was. So something else needs to be in my car. Uh-oh. There's levels to this shit.
Oh,
We
there's
have
many levels. Oh,
Mills in the house.
Chris
And I
Mills.
don't think any of us can say his name right anymore. It all has to be drug out when we say his name.
Just says Chris Mills, one of the quietest guys I know out of the Kansas City area.
You're gonna get us all hurt. He's gonna challenge all of us for you saying that.
Next time I see him, I'm just going to get slapped upside the head. I'm pretty sure of that. So
You just leave me up out of this. And yes, that right there is what I need. I need to see some testing because I'm not one to go out and research all of the batteries. I
right.
go to shows and see what's working. And the Skibs seem to be working. So I'm interested.
Very much so. And I've seen a lot of those. I've seen quite a few of the newer lithium battery companies out there as well. And I've seen a lot of postings from them as well. And people saying they've had good luck with them. So that's where
I don't trust new. I trust tried and true.
I do as well.
So I'm kind of behind the technology on the batteries. Just need somebody to school me real quick on, what's good for the lower voltage cars. Because my car will not run in the 15s correctly. About 14.8's all she wants to do. And then she starts acting funky.
You got to get an old car with no computer like mine. Run at 18 or 20 just fine. I'm fairly certain of it. It's
actually, she runs up to about 15.5 before she starts acting crazy. So I can go up to about 15.5.
Like I said, you got to get an old car like my little Festiva. It's got a Mazda power plant in it. It's got a Kia body, and Ford slapped a couple emblems on it. So it's
Can you imagine me pulling up to a base show in that?
Yeah, you'd be almost taller than the car.
Oh man, that would be great. That would be great. Because I lowered my car as much as I could, and I can still walk up under the hatch on it. Everybody else over there just smashing their head on it.
I can stick my head into my hatch.
Oh.
I took off the back cover on the hatch and ripped off some Dynamat and had to change out a key cylinder on it, which still isn't working properly, but I only got about 2 more connections to make, so it'll get there.
Jeff, would you like to come on one night and discuss the different battery types with us?
Yeah.
Because I see him posting about batteries all the time.
Most certainly, Jeff. You're more than welcome to. Let us know.
Everybody in Base Wars needs to know about voltage. We're all starving for it. But you're more than welcome to come on any night that you want to discuss what kind of batteries.
Jeff, did we put you on the spot too much?
Probably. I'm sorry, sir. But yeah, we need battery experts up in here. We need alternator guys. If y'all want to come and just sit and talk, tell us what's working for y'all.
The
All right, we'll take
only
that. Thank you, sir.
the
I'll get with you after the show.
I would add to that would be, as an electrician, former electrician, and computer network guy, the things that I used to see with power and wires that, yeah, you can, Chris. Man,
He has mastered that.
can't walk
Not
around.
only are there levels to the car, there are levels to his mouth.
Oh, the conversations we could have about the quietest Civic I've ever seen, and it's not Chris that has the Civic. We all know who that is down there. That's Jimmy's brother-in-law. Quietest Civic ever at a show at 160 plus. But yeah, the one thing that I would add to what you were saying, Melissa, with alternators and wiring and batteries or caps, CMAX, whatever. And I think most people here would probably understand this, is that your vehicle already has an alternator that's 125, picking that number out of the air. It already uses that out of that 270 or that 300 that you pick up from any of the manufacturers out there. So you don't actually have 300 to use on your system. It's got to use that 125 for the vehicle. You only get 175 for your system. That's true of every alternator. I don't care what anyone else says. Any expert that comes on is going to back that statement up, because your vehicle needs 125 to run.
And then you have to add in for voltage drop due to wire length.
Yep.
There's a lot of unknowns there,
There
or
are so many
uncalculated.
things that are unknown with that. You're never going to get 300 back to your system. It's just not going to happen that way. Unless you've got a second or a third alt, there's no possible way to do it, folks. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. But
Oh,
if you feel you are an expert in some area, even if it's something that pretty base head stuff, contact us.
definitely.
We want to talk to y'all too.
Let us know what you're thinking on it and have fun with it.
Absolutely. All right, let's do this one more time. Let's go over what we got coming up, what shows are this weekend.
Oh, but
Because
there's so many.
for me, I'm excited because we got, Rod Escott, Mike Escott, Down
Yep.
for Sound. We have No Chill coming,
Yep.
and that show should be very good. I'm excited for it. Last year it was phenomenally good.
I am going to go through this weekend in a little bit of detail, and I'm just going to name off the rest of them, because this weekend we've got 4. Friday,
Okay.
Saturday, and Sunday we have shows. Friday night, first Friday of every month, UAF has a show down there in Mobile, Alabama. The River Jam at the Dam in Chattanooga, that one is going to be on Saturday. We got Freaknik at the Montgomery International Dragway. That is also on Saturday.
Right.
And on Sunday in Muscle Shoals, we got the Toon Squad Takeover. So we got 4 shows this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Make your way around.
Well, Billy said
And,
we was going to a show in Chattanooga that would be Pop-Tart, right?
1, 2,
So I think we're
3,
missing one.
Those are the only 4 that are listed.
Does anybody have a listing for a Pop-Tart show this weekend? We need to put it up for him if he's got one.
I don't see it. I see Spring Jams next weekend that he's got.
Because Billy said he was going to a show Saturday and then he was going Sunday to cartoons.
Okay. I am not seeing that on there, but if we can, let's try and get that up on the page here so that folks know about it. We can share the hell out of it if we need to.
Yeah, if somebody knows of a show that's missing, don't hesitate to throw that up for us. We
And
don't
we
want
do
to
need a Base Wars show,
forget.
and not everybody else's shows, but Base Wars.
Yes, Base Wars. Let's be specific.
Sorry.
Hello. How are you, sweetheart?
Otherwise, coming up next weekend on Saturday and Sunday, we got Ashland City, Tennessee with Spring Jams. We got Marion, Indiana with Brandon's Base Wars birthday bash. Happy birthday early for Brandon. I'll probably tell him that on Monday as well when I see him. And
Happy birthday,
on their
Brandon.
Friday or Monday night show. We got Heartland. Finally, Jimmy and Sonia going to have a show at the Heartland Base Wars at E.H. Young Riverfront down there in Kansas City. And Team No Chill. This is all still next weekend on Saturday down in Auburn, Alabama. Melissa, it's got your picture on it. So are you running that one, or is Tina running that one, or is Billy showing up for that?
I am going to Team No Chill.
Okay.
That is my last Alabama show.
All right. I was going to say, I thought that would be your last Alabama one. So a good show for you coming up next week, obviously, then. On Sunday, looks like we've got a Team Straight Base, the Mike Davis Benefit Show at the Broadwater Marina Lighthouse. And that one is in Pompano Beach. So that is a temporary remade up show because a couple weeks ago there was some bad weather. So that one has been or was rescheduled till then. So if you didn't make it a couple weeks ago, it has been rescheduled for the 14th.
Right.
After that, Friday, the 19th, I got a little show showing up in my shop in T, South Dakota, a couple miles south of Sioux Falls here. Brandon's got another show coming up in Plainfield, Indiana on the 20th. The Legion of Boom and Divine Heating is coming up in Clackamas, Oregon. That looks like Jeremy's show way out there. So I believe that will be Jeremy's second show, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Billy made it to his first show.
Yep. I was going to say, I know Billy was out there a couple weeks ago. He was talking about driving home from that. Either, was it last week he and Jimmy were talking?
Oh, he brought a Ford Ranger back with him.
And picked up a little cheater truck. I always like those little Rangers, those older ones. They were always nice. Raleigh is coming up with second annual We Are Not Alone car show. That's coming up on the Saturday, the 20th as well. Let's see, the 5th annual Spring Fest, Madison, Tennessee. We got an Oklahoma City show, which is the no pressure in the joint. That's Oklahoma City, I believe. Sonia and Jimmy are running that one. High Voltage on the 27th.
Woohoo! That's the show.
And my second favorite guy running a show out in California again, finally. I think this is the only show Richard is actually running, but he's got a show way out there in Bloomington, California. And he is running that show at Enviro Pros out there. So it's in Rialto, California. I'm sorry. Had to look at that one there. God, that's on the 27th. Team All Walls in Bay City, Michigan. That is still on Saturday, the 27th of this month. God, there's 2 more. Man, we got a lot of shows this month. We got 20 of them this month.
Wow, so proud of the judges.
Man, Lenexa,
Good job.
Again, Jonesboro, Arkansas. We got shows coming up all over the place, folks. If we haven't listed something in your area for this month, you're not expanding your area enough, because 20 shows, that's enough to get anywhere.
I can see y'all. I can see y'all just fine. Give me a second. All right. Are we going to be at Access Power this year? I know we have been in the past.
When is the show for Access Power? And I'll be able to tell you if it's scheduled.
I'm not ignoring y'all. Y'all just talk a lot, and I'm trying to catch up. Give me a
Access
minute.
Power.
I'm a little slow. I'm blonde.
Yes, we will be at that show Saturday, July 13th.
There you go. So, yes.
And someone's messaging me again. Oh,
Man, they're messing with me bad.
that message I wanted to see. That's not even Base Wars related. That's like weekend fun related.
No, Matt, I don't know which vehicle you need classed because, Lord help, you got a damn driveway full of them. I don't know what you're driving. And yes, we will be at Made of Steel.
Yep.
Greg Kelly usually goes and does Made of Steel.
Now, what class would you run? Let I be in. Would I be in?
Which van? Be more specific. Which color van? The white one. I would put that one in a pro class. Might be able to run GOAT if you can keep it under 53 hertz. But in all honesty, I would probably put you in a pro class.
There you go, Sean. Plainfield on the 20th with Brandon. Yep.
Yay.
And yeah, that's another
beginner. Oh, Lord help. Are we going into this again?
Extreme build alert. You got it.
All right. Let's talk about this pro class for a minute. I'm ready. Okay.
Which one?
We have a couple saying that if you own a shop that you shouldn't be in a regular class. And my thoughts on this, and I'm just going to blurt it out and just say it. Just because you own a shop doesn't mean you're good. And I have seen some veterans out here that can stomp my butt with a single 8. So, just because you own a shop doesn't mean you need thrown in a pro class. That's not exactly what that is for. All right, off the soapbox. Y'all may have it back.
I'll add to it.
There you go. I figured you were.
Put up or shut up. Either put up the numbers or find a better class or add to it, get better. That's what competition is about. That is why we compete, is to get better.
I would love to know
ourselves or the team.
All right, everybody keeps posting up that it was 4 dBs louder. What class are y'all discussing?
Yeah, that too.
We want to know. We've been looking. We don't know what class y'all are even discussing or what vehicle.
I got like 8 different classes that could be.
Yeah.
Including some of the pro classes. And
but the pro class is designed for 53 hertz and over. That is where our extremes are supposed to go. But we want to know what y'all are talking about. I've been seeing this 4 dBs all day long. Y'all tell me what class.
Yeah, this has been the most active the page has been in a while. And I think I probably between about 1:30 or 2 o'clock and about 6, I approved about 30 people to get onto the Base Wars page. And unfortunately turned away about 6 or 7 because you can't answer the questions properly. If you can't answer the questions, I can't approve you. I won't approve you. I don't care if you're my friend or not. I will not approve you if you cannot answer at least 2 of the questions properly.
Yeah, give us something to work with here, folks. We need y'all.
Help me help you. So as long as you're in 53 or under, Matt, yes. 53 is that's the frequency that Billy and Jimmy picked out about a year and a half, actually about 2 years ago now. Billy flipped a coin. Heads was 54, tails was 53, and Jimmy flipped it and it came up tails. So it was 53 hertz is the frequency that we cap everything off at, except the various fun classes, music classes, and the pro classes. Because we do have Twister that goes up to 60. The music classes, if you want to peak in music class higher than that, like old school, if you find out that Dirty Diana peaks at 86 hertz or something in your vehicle, then play it at 86 hertz. I don't care. But everything else is 53 hertz and under. And if one person is a little louder than you, well, that's the nature of competition. But to be 4 dB louder, big deal. 4 dB is not a lot if we're talking smaller.
4 dBs could be as simple as mic placement.
Yeah.
Let's get real on this.
4 dB doesn't matter. If you own a shop or not, shouldn't matter. If you are a sponsored competitor and someone's giving you $500 a year in gas money, and that's what your sponsorship is, good for you. I'm glad you were able to get that. Come to my show, spend some money there. It just doesn't matter if you're louder or not. It's the same meter. And
The same meter, everybody has the opportunity to build the same things.
And again, also, what class? There's about 8 or 9 classes out there that the top 2 or 3 people are 4 or 5, 6, even 10 dB louder than the next person in line. You're not being you're being very transparent. You're not saying enough.
No, it sounds like somebody is just trying to stir the pot. Let's get real with it.
It does a little bit. And I like that because that alone gets the competition going.
Hey, I'm glad to get the competition going, but here's the thing. It is a competition.
Mm-hmm.
There is going to be a gap between whoever's winning and whoever's not.
Yep.
You know, I wish it was fair, like 100%, but man, we're doing our damn best.
I can't make everyone drive a 88 S10 and have the same gear in it, because then you'd be within a couple hundredths of a dB of each other. Just because I'm driving one and Melissa's driving another and Jessica's driving one and Jessica's driving another.
Owning a shop as kind of a handicap, because damn, they don't get to work on their own vehicles. They're working on everybody else's.
Yeah. How many mechanics go home at the end of the night and want to sit in another garage working on crap? Especially a Ford mechanic. They don't want to get them to work on their Chevy.
Yes, this is
Matt,
it.
You said it perfectly right there, Matt.
That is the answer.
That is almost exactly in layman's terms. That is what I was saying to Melissa earlier before the show started. Before we changed the formats around a couple of years ago, when Stealth was an open class, not specifically trunk. When my vehicle was in Stealth, I posted, I believe it was 7 of the top 10 Stealth scores. And I didn't do it as a judge, because for most of it, I wasn't. But when Jimmy would put the mic in my car, he would see me sometimes just open up my glove box, toss it in there, shut the glove box, and I would go. Because I knew what my car could do. I did it to push everybody else. if you can't chase me, what's the point of me doing it? I want everyone else to get louder. That is what makes the competition fun.
I
It's
don't
not
see
because I
that
was
as
the loudest, because I
a valid
was.
point because most of us started doing this as teenagers.
Mhm.
We have 20, 30 years of skills up under our belt
Yep.
and ain't worked at a shop a day one. So
And
how does that even play a factor into this? It doesn't.
mhm. And
I'm more worried
Jessica,
about the sponsored vehicles pulling up on me.
mhm. Jessica and Sean, you're both right. Jessica, you want a 160 this year for your personal goal. Sean's goal is a 145. I am guessing you're in two completely different classes without knowing either one, but they're both goals for you. So that's your competition, is to get there for yourselves.
Right.
That is what makes Base Wars and the other orgs fun, is trying to get there.
The best competitors I have seen don't run against the other competitors. They're
Nope.
trying to beat last week's score.
If I
Those
did,
are the ones that are successful.
yep, if I did a 147.29 last week, I'm hoping for that 147.50, or I'm hoping for that 156.04 this week, because I was at 155.94 last week, and I just want to break 156 or
We're just
whatever I
gonna leave that on the screen right there.
I'm gonna bite my tongue on that and just say that, man, come on, you can't beat up the girls that bad. And sometimes, guess what? You just got to sit back and take it, man.
Jessica, she'll
With the
come out
girls.
and just throw a number up and just annihilate folks. We don't treat her like a girl no more.
The meter does not care who you are louder than,
That's
as
right.
long as you can play the meter,
That's what it boils down to.
have
The
fun with
meter
it.
is what makes us all on the same playing field. Yes, we separate by cone area. Okay. We're not going to separate by lifestyle just because one person decides to work at a shop.
Nope.
That doesn't make them a better installer than anybody else out there. Everybody's got the same chance to test. Ooh, somebody don't want that 170. I don't want the work that comes with that 170. So I feel you.
I don't want the repair bills that come with a 170.
That's right.
Door panels, hinges, hinge pins, firewalls, windshields, more windshields. Chris, no, you do it at 39 hertz. That's under 40. I get what you're saying. There you go. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Windshields and
Let it
dashboards.
go, girl. Let it go. You got to at least get one windshield for me this season. That's all I ask.
That's why my car right now does not have a dash in it. I am almost down to the bare firewall. I am tightening and deadening everything. It's going to get
Yeah.
there.
I think everybody owes herself at least one windshield, though.
Well, I got the best story about that then, because
All right. Is there anything anybody else wants to discuss? Because we have went through all the shows with y'all for this evening, and man, there was a bunch of them.
20 of them. 20.
We went through all of the news. And if y'all are interested, the Base Wars chat is available to y'all. All y'all got to do is go answer Dan's questions.
Why is the sky blue?
Absolutely. I will see you in Texas. I can't wait. I have so many people that are willing to drive to Texas for me, and I am grateful.
Hey, Jesse.
All right, done, sir.
I already know that you're louder than Chris, so you don't have to announce it.
Done. I'll announce it. I don't even know any meters.
Oh, and
Oh,
Chris
man.
Mills with his
Go
best
with it.
Goldberg impression there. How's that for a reference from the 90s? Yeah, you're not ready, man. Chris, you might have enough competition down there if I show up at the at Superfest.
Okay. Y'all
I'm
better
happy
ready to
hour.
get off of here and go get some dinner for everybody.
I think we should, because my McDonald's is empty, and as much as I love railing against them,
Good evening, Carl. Sorry, we're about to log on off for tonight. But I saw you've got a build you're working on. Proud of you.
I think I saw something about that as well, Carl.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dang it, now I gotta go look again.
He has done ripped his whole roof open. He got loud problems.
I was gonna say, Carl, did I see something with a tarp over your windshield or something? Yeah, I did. That was
Yeah, they're having to refab his whole roof.
I saw a few things like that on someone else's vehicle lately.
But those are good problems to have when you base head.
They're not
As long
bad
as you can
problems to
afford
have.
to fix them. Excellent. I can't wait to see you back out. His truck was doing so good. All right. Well, I'm going to go get some dinner.
I'm thinking I would join you if I were a lot closer to Texas, but since I am not, I'm going to walk over to my freezer and grab something to eat that way.
Well, everybody
There's no
else,
need
I
to
will
think.
see this Saturday at Freaknik.
I will see some of you folks in a couple weeks at my own show, but otherwise, see most of you again next week on Wednesday night.
All right. And if anybody wants to be a guest with us next Wednesday night, get in touch with us. Neither
Definitely.
one of us are really good about picking out special guests. And you don't have to have, own a company or run a show.
You
We
don't
want
need
to talk to
specific
our
knowledge.
regular base heads. I want to talk to my newbies.
Talk about what you know. There you go. Jessica just volunteered for it for next week.
There you go. Thank you, ma'am. You're welcome to come talk.
Jesse, we could maybe do that for you in a couple weeks. Actually, why don't we do that in a couple weeks? We could do that the Thursday before Superfest coming up, which I believe is going to be May 1st or 2nd, coming up in about 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Could probably arrange that for you guys. Otherwise, Melissa, if you want to take over and throw out a outro video.
Absolutely, we do. Billy works really hard on these videos, so y'all stay and watch them. And if y'all will start, giving us some likes and some love, our videos might do better. But other than that, we're out of here for tonight, y'all.